this computer. I'm recording. Awesome. So let's begin again. My name is Toby Williams. We're going to go through building an expenses management dashboard. Tonight it's in Excel. Um, you can do the same thing in Power BI or any other analytics tool. However, tonight will be focused solely on Excel. And in my opinion, I believe it's easily achievable if you understand. Obina, why are you wearing a face mask?
Wow.
Awesome. So this is a simple, I don't know why I've been saying simple, but I assume almost everybody would um, classify this as fairly straightforward. This is a simple expenses list, right? You have the date that the expense occurred. You have description of the expense. You have a categorization of the expense, and then you have the expense amount, right? So, for instance, this occurred on what, the 18th of December 2014. Some big description, 2 monthly payments, salaries, $1,257, right? This is this occurred on the 25th of November 2014. It's an autopsy expense categorized as insurance, $1,200, right? You know, etc. And we have this all the way up to 2019 here, 17th of uh, April 2019. It's a salary payment to someone known as John Olawi, $340. And yeah, the idea is as expenses come in, right, you keep adding them. As the expenses roll in, you keep adding them. So, for instance, we're in 2020 now. I can say, let's even continue 2019 here. I can say maybe 24th of June 2019, right? Um, this can be this can be maybe energy bill. You can categorize it as utilities, and it could be $75, right? $75. So you can keep on adding more to this. Now I formatted this previously, right, using an offset function. Um, this was way back. I did this like 2016 or 2017. Um, but there's a better way to do it now with tables. So you saw that the moment I added a new date, right, the blue line here, this blue line you're seeing here, just this blue line here, right, just automatically shifted to accommodate it as a new table. I mean, as a new entry to the table, right? So say the 1st of July 2019, you had maybe some other insurance payments, right? And this is say $230. You can see that just like the chart just automatically accommodated the table just automatically accommodated the new entries. So here I have a pivot. I have my pivot tables created from this raw data. I distributed them into different pivot tables, and each of these pivot tables essentially was used to generate, each of the charts here, right? Each of the pivot tables was used to generate each of the charts here. And then, like I said, like I carefully designed this chart, so I'd already gone out to get some colors. I got the RGB values, not hex, not, so colors can either be identified using RGB values like red, green, and blue composition, right? Or hexadecimal. But in Excel, you refer to them using RGB values, right? So I got some colors that I already wanted to use for my charts. And here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this table, right? Control A, Control C, and then I'm going to open a new worksheet and I'll paste it there. I hope you can all see this. So you can say we're starting again from afresh. And this time around, it hasn't been formatted as a table. There's no offset rule set to automatically accommodate shift this up. There's no offset rule set to automatically accommodate the new entry. So the best way to do that and easiest way to do that is to actually turn these data sets into a table. It helps, right? So all you have to do is you press Ctrl A, right? And then you press Ctrl T, which is the shortcut for creating a table, right? Or you can go to Insert, right? And then you click Table. Two ways to do it, Ctrl T, or you go to Insert and click Table. And yeah, my table has headers, date, description, or number, category, amount. They're all headers. So I'll click OK. So let me just format it into something cool. And I can click this page break view just so I can see only the table, right? Like this. Nice. So with the table in this format, you can give your table a name, right? Under design, right? You can call it a table. You can call it expenses table. I usually like naming it as one word. So call it expenses table. Click OK. And I'll name my sheet as data. Now, since you've created a table out of it, if you add like more data to this now, it should automatically add it to the table. So let's try it. By the way, am I going too quickly? Am I going, like, is this all right? Is this pace all right? You can just reply via chat. Oh, he can't hear anything. Who else can't hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. Before let me see, try connecting with your system's audio. All right. So now that you've created a table, let's say we want to add like more data to this, right? Let's say 2nd of August, right, 2019. See, there's that allowance that is now being created to say, okay, now this is part of this table. This is part of the expenses table. You can now fill in like, the details of what you want, right? Let's say some type of tax expense. I won't give it any description. I'll just call it tax here and then call it 475. If you really wanted to create like a more robust solution here that you know that will reduce the possibility of having errors. So these categories, for instance, right? If you click this drop down here, they're only like they're they're from a, would you call it a defined list of categories, right? It can either be an insurance expense or a maintenance fee or marketing and ads expense or other expenses, salaries, tax, or utilities. What you can do is to, I'm sure many of you are familiar with this because most of the people joining this, have like, average level competency in Excel. So uh, by what was signified 3 out of 5. So what the best thing to do is to do what you call data validation, right? Out of this, right? You just create. I'm not really going to go into that right now, but like, let's say you are creating your table, right? This list of expenses. Um, the best way to do it would be to say, oh wait, someone sent me a message. Hold on. Oh yeah, there's lights. I'm using a phone. I really don't know what to say. How you can resolve it on a phone at the moment. I really don't know what to say. Maybe try tinkering with the settings available on Zoom on the phone. Or you can watch this video subsequently. I will upload a link to this after this webinar. And I believe I am still recording. Yes, I'm recording. The video will be shared. Yes. Oh, someone's saying that if you're watching on your phone and you want to listen properly, you'd have to download Zoom on mobile. That's what I'm getting from Abiodun, who sent it to the general group chat. Okay, so like I said, if you really wanted to create a better, a more robust solution that would give you less errors, you just create this category column to be data validated, right? It means you can only pick from a defined list of options. So how I would go about doing that would be, say, for instance, I would copy all of this. I would do something like this. I would paste this here, everything here. Okay, nope. Let me just paste only values, Control Alt V. I'll paste only the values because I don't want the formatting, right? The black and white stuff that came with it. Now I would remove duplicates so I can see only the unique values. And how would you do that? You just go to the data tab, right? And you click on remove duplicates, right? So remove duplicates from column A, yes, remove duplicates from column A. Okay, so 69 duplicate values found, 7 unique values remain. Sweet. So now I have only 7 duplicate values, right? So if I was setting up this from the beginning, like from scratch, this is what I would do. I would copy this header. I would copy this header. Let's say I'm copying this header. I'll paste the header here, right? This wasn't part of what I wanted to cover tonight, but I'm just flowing with the spirit. So allow me. We're going to be through with this shortly. I have the date here. I will start with my date, say 1st of say 1st of March 2020. I can write my date like this as well, 2020. Description, doc 001, and then in my category now, right? In this category now, instead of typing in something, what I'm going to do is I'll go to data validation here, right? Under the data column, I'll go to data validation, and I can pick from, I can do a list of values, right? I want to get data from a list of values. It's possible, like I could just, so it's asking for the source of the list of values. You can click this, and then you just drag down and highlight the list of values, and then you press enter, and you click OK. So that now when you click the drop down, you'd have the list, like, or you can only click from a set of defined options, right? Say marketing and ads, and you can click, type the amount to 27,500, whatever it is. That's how I would build this table properly. But in lieu of that, let's just go back to, this can be anywhere. It could be in a different sheet, it could be in a hidden sheet, it could be somewhere far, or you can even type everything manually, right? So let's say data validation here. I go back here. Instead of filling in a list, you can type everything manually. You can say salaries, insurance, marketing and ads, maintenance fees, utilities, tax, other expenses. You can type that. It's also a list, right? So that this, you wouldn't need to have it anywhere, right? But this is still, you can see that. So two ways you can go about that. But the advantage of having it somewhere, okay, hold on. Chat, is it possible to add more lists to my data validation? Yeah. Is it possible to add more lists to my data? Yeah, of course you can add more. You can add more items to your list. There's an interesting code you can write for that to ensure that every time your list expands, your data validation automatically expands. But I'm not going to go into that now. Sorry, I don't have corona, guys. I'm just having cough. All right, let's continue. Okay, so this is done. Let me delete this and delete that. Okay, so we're back to this. We've created a table. Now I need to create a pivot chart, right? A pivot table from all of this.